Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the first official day of Bookmas 2022. So today is going to be the first of a month of daily videos. I will have a new video going up every single day for the month of December. They're all different. I haven't really stuck to any kind of like Christmassy theme or anything like that. Like there's tons of trope recs in there. There's a book haul. There's going to be probably a Christmas book haul after Christmas. We'll see how that goes. And just like a whole bunch of random book videos, basically the same kind of content I normally post, but some of it is a little bit more of like a year-end wrap-up. Like I do have like a video of the best books of the year, the worst books of the year, and just different things like that. So tons to look forward to this month. Definitely subscribe if you do want to get notified when those videos do go up, because like I said, they will be going up every single day for the entire month. So let's just get into my December TBR. So my TBR this month is kind of short because, to be honest, I have no plans. Like, I just really don't. I have some books that I have to read for a couple videos that I still have left, but I feel like I'm just like not in a space where I really want to say like this is what I'm going to read, because I have been in such a slumpy mood lately. If you've been following me, you know that I just have been hating everything I'm reading, and so I'm sort of wanting to leave it open to whatever I feel like reading in the moment I'm gonna read. I do, like I said, obviously have some books that I'm gonna talk about in this video, or else I wouldn't be filming this. There's just not as many that I'm like dying to get to. A lot of these are more being read for like practical reasons. The first couple books in this are actually ones that I know pretty much nothing about. They're not books that I necessarily was planning on picking up on my own, but I wanted to do a video where I read Goodreads top 10 romances of the year, and I'm not gonna lie, the list for this year actually really threw me for a loop. I was not expecting the books that are on it to be on it, and so I was not prepared in the slightest for the number of books I was going to have to read. I think I've read 6 out of the 10, which isn't terrible, but I thought for sure there was only going to be like 1 or 2 books that I would need to read, and on top of that, one of them is a sequel, so I'm going to have to read the first book first too, so that was kind of unexpected. But because of that, I have a couple books on this list that are for that video, the ones I haven't read. I honestly, there's a slight chance that this video may just be scrapped entirely, because I did this video last year and it didn't do well at all, and because like I said, there's so many books on it that I still have to read, and a lot of them aren't available with audiobooks, so I have to actually read them. So I'm not sure that that video is actually gonna get made, but I'm optimistic that it might. So the first one on that list is Delilah Green Doesn't Care, and this, I believe, is a sapphic romance. I honestly haven't looked up anything about these books because I figured I was going to read them anyway, so it really doesn't matter what they're about. But that's pretty much all I know, and I think that's just from the cover that I can tell that. But I don't know, I'm not super excited about this one. It wasn't one that was on my radar. It wasn't one that I thought was going to make it to the final 10, because I haven't really heard anybody talking about this book, so I was kind of surprised by that. But I don't know, like, I'm going to try and read it, and honestly, this is the one that I'm most sort of concerned about because it has the longest wait list at my library, and so it's like saying like 10 weeks before I'm going to get it right now, and obviously I don't have that kind of time to film this video, so we'll see if that video ends up happening. This may be the book that causes it not to happen, but I'm gonna try. Next is another book for that video, is Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. Honestly, I should have seen this one coming, but I was kind of holding off, hoping that maybe it wouldn't make the list, just because I don't really have access to the audiobook, and Colleen Hoover is a really hit or miss author for me. Like, I know she's got like this like cult following right now, but I find like some of her books are good, but others I just like really don't see the hype behind. Like November 9, I still don't understand why that book is so popular, because I kind of hated it, but I didn't really want to read this one because I hadn't heard the best things about it, but I know it deals with a woman who was in prison and I believe gets out, and that's like something about she has a kid or something. That's literally all I know. I realize I'm giving terrible descriptions of these books, but I literally know nothing about them. And so that is one that I may or may not get to this month. Next is Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. This one I didn't really put a whole lot of thought into like it making the list. I just didn't think it was going to for some reason, and this is a very long book, so I kind of wish I had picked it up in anticipation of this sort of happening, but I really was not prepared for that video this year. That's why I can sort of see it ending up being scrapped. And like I said, it didn't do well last year, so it's not like I feel like I will really be missing out on anything if I don't upload it. But this is another one on that list that I haven't read, so I would like to get to it. like I said, it's very long. All I know about this is that it's like a small town romance. That's literally all I know. And I want to say I've seen people say this is sad, but maybe that was just another book that has similar cover. But that's literally all I know about this one. Next is the fine print. This is the one that I was saying I'm going to have to read this one in order to read Terms and Conditions, which is on the Goodreads list. So I'd have to read the fine print first. This one I do think I am going to really like. I've already bought a physical copy of this because I do think I'm going to love it, because it's sort of like a Disneyland romance type thing, and that just sounds right up my alley. But I'm kind of annoyed that now I have to read that one before I can read the one I actually need to read for the video. So maybe I'll get around to these. Like I said, I will probably read the fine print first, and then Terms and Conditions is the one that's actually part of that video or that collection of books. And so I may or may not get to that one. I don't know, I'm just not feeling like really into it right now. Like I don't really want to read books for the sake of doing a video, and I feel like that video in particular is requiring me to read a lot of books that I don't necessarily want to pick up at the moment. So we'll see. If you have any like video requests, like feel free to drop them in the comments for the next month, because like videos like this are ones that I may swap out, and if you have like another video idea that I can do like a lot easier, I may do that instead. So that is the last book that I do need to read for that specific video. I also was planning on doing a video, and this is another one that I could see being scrapped, because honestly there's just so many books that I have to read for these videos and I just don't have time to do that. Is I wanted the video that was going to go up on Christmas Day to be me reading the Harry Potter series for the first time, because I really played around with what I was going to upload on Christmas, because to me like nothing I could possibly upload would be like more important to me than like Christmas, I guess. And so it just felt almost like rude to be posting a video on Christmas, I guess. Not that like, you know, obviously there are people that don't celebrate Christmas that'll still be on YouTube watching, but I just kind of feel like it's almost like saying, oh yeah, you shouldn't be hanging out with your family, you should be watching my video, and I don't know, I didn't like that vibe, and I was like, well, Harry Potter's kind of Christmassy, I guess, so I was like, maybe I'll just throw that video up that day. But I'd have to read all 8 Harry Potter books in the next month, and I do have them all checked out on audiobook from the library right now, but like I said, with the mood I've been in, I'm just not optimistic that I'm going to get to any of these. But that is on the list. Next is A Very Merry Bromance by Lyssa K. Adams. I would love to read this month. This is the only Christmas book that I really sort of have my eye on, is like, I have to read this one. And it's because it is part of the Bromance book club series, obviously, and this one is Colton's story, and I have been so excited for his book, and that it's a Christmas book is just like even better. But the hold for the audiobook for this from my library is like 18 weeks long, and it's not at my city's library, so I keep getting pushed back on the wait list by people from that city going ahead of me, and because of that I'm just like, I'm not going to get this till like February. I do have a hold on the ebook that's a lot closer, I think it's at 4 weeks, but honestly I'm just like not in a place where I want to read an ebook right now either. Like almost everything I read right now is audio, because that's the only way I can get through a book. And so I just don't know with this one. I would love to get to it in December, but I just don't know if the library gods are going to be with me on that one. Next is Skipping Christmas by John Grisham. This is a book, if you watched my used book sale haul, that I found at a used book sale super randomly. I didn't even know this existed, but Christmas with the Cranks, you can probably see that on the cover. It's like got the movie cover from like 2001. That's how old this book is. But Christmas with the Cranks is probably my favorite Christmas movie of all time. I love that movie. I watch it a million times every year, and I haven't watched it yet this year, mostly because I want to read this book, and it's so short. The audiobook for this is only 4 hours long, and like this is like super tiny, like mass market, and the font in it is like ginormous. Like I could easily read this in an afternoon, and so I'm hoping to get to this just because, like I said, I really love the movie. So I think this will be fun to read closer to Christmas time. The next book I think was on my September TBR or my October one, and I never got to it, and it's Fair Catch by Kandi Steiner. There's a good chance I won't get to this one this month either, but I would really like to read this because I bought a copy of The Blind Side, which I think you've probably seen that book unboxing by now. I think it's gone up, and I want to read that one too, and I've heard so many good things, and I've been dying for something along the lines of The Deal by Elle Kennedy. I've actually been rereading The Deal sort of every night before I go to bed, and been really enjoying that, so I think right now would be a good time for me to get into something like that was similar, but I just like haven't gotten around to it, so I'd like to at least get like the first book done so that I can eventually get to Blind Side. And lastly, I wanted to include this one because I feel like this is honestly probably the one I'm most likely to read, and this is Three Swedish Mountain Men by Lily Gold. This is obviously a reverse harem, and I just feel like this is one of those things that when I get in a slumpy mood, I'm like, these are the kind of books I gravitate towards, like just things that seem like a little bit out there, and you know, cabin vibes are good in the winter too. I love that. And so I've like heard some good things about this author. I've heard some bad things too, but like honestly, I'm willing to give her a shot. And this one just looks really cute. And like I said, cozy cabin vibes are right up my alley. So I'm sorry if this was like kind of boring, because this is all, like I said, mostly books that I need to read for videos. I mostly just wanted to make this video as sort of like an intro to Bookmas, like saying that I'm going to be doing a video every single day, and just to give you an idea of like where I'm at reading wise. I did decide ultimately that I was going to end my book year at the end of November, because honestly it's just not possible to film the videos like the best and worst books when you're constantly kind of like, oh, what if I read another book that's really good, or one that's really bad and I want to include it on this list. Like, I kept putting off filming those videos because I was like, oh, what if I read another one and whatever. And so I feel like I've just eliminated that completely with doing it this way, and so that is working out pretty well. And like I said, if you have any requests, like feel free to DM me on Instagram or like comment or whatever, and I may swap some of the videos around, because I still, like I said, I still have about 10 to film, so I still have a couple slots that can be changed. And if you've read any of the books that are on the Goodreads list, let me know what you thought about them, because honestly, like, it feels like a very big task to read those 4 books, even though there's only like 4 of them. But just like, they're so long, and because some of them are ones that I know I'm not really interested in, I'm like, is it even worth filming that video? I don't even know if anybody wants to watch that. But that is everything for today's video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, I will be doing new videos every single day if you want to subscribe to see those. And I will see you next time.